I'm always hesitate to analyze what we have done right, because tomorrow something happens and you ask what have we done wrong. I can say what we have tried to do. I think we have tried to make sure that the relationship is one based on reality and candor. That we are honest with each other, we recognize what the situation is, and we don't make believe and just say nice things to each other. For example, when Deng Xiaoping visited Singapore in 1978, and he visited for a purpose, because he was trying to get Southeast Asian countries, including Singapore, on China's side in their struggle against the Soviet Union. And he made the pitch in Singapore to Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, and Mr. Lee explained to him, we understand what you're saying, but everybody in Southeast Asia sees China as the threat, not the Soviets as the threat, because there are insurgency movements, armed insurgencies in all our countries, which are backed by China, communist insurgencies. And Deng Xiaoping listened to that, and he says, give me time. It was not a message he welcomed or he expected, but he took it, he went back, and he stopped supporting the Voice of the Malayan Revolution, which was the Communist Party of Malaya radio station in Changsha. So there's no make-believe. You want my help, I understand why you need my help, I tell you why it's not possible for me to help you. And then, on that basis, we assess each other accurately, and we know that we are able to resolve such issues, and we move forward on the basis that your interests align with my fundamental interests. Not just interests on individual issues, but our fundamental interests of the two countries. And in the case of China and Singapore, the fundamental interest on China's side is that Singapore sees China as being developing and therefore being a good thing for the world. That China is developing, that China is progressive and strong, and that's good for the world. And China sees that Singapore, we're not against China, we have our own independent position, we have our own foreign policy, we are majority Chinese, but we are multiracial, and we take our own position as the Republic of Singapore. So on that basis, we can work together, and there's a lot of room to cooperate. Whether there's Suzhou Industrial Park, whether there's Tianjin Eco-City, where there's now the Chongqing Connectivity Initiative now, or so many of the commercial projects which have taken, which are ongoing in China, and so many of the investments which China has made in Singapore. There will be many areas to work on that. So on that basis, we can move forward, and there's an alignment of interests, and therefore we have good relations. And therefore, when the leaders meet, the chemistry can be helpful, and we can develop more areas of cooperation together. Right. So it's never just we are nice to each other. I mean, it's important that there is rapport, but there must also be basic understanding of what is the fundamental interests of the countries and how we can work together to further them, and where the interests don't align, to be honest and candid and to address them.